Welcome back to Jersey Matters. Well, the political landscape in New Jersey has dramatically changed. So what does that mean for the future of the state? Let's talk to Bob Jordan from the Asbury Park Press. He covers politics for the paper and for APP.com. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Larry.
So let's talk about it. You have a new Speaker of the House. You have a new governor, and Steve Sweeney, who is still president of the Senate. What does that mean? How do they get along?
Well, it's the first time since 2009 we'll have all three branches controlled by the same party. And, you know, you would think that the party will have an agenda, unify and push things through. We don't seem to be seeing that in the very early stages of 2018. We'll see how that works out. But it didn't work out when John Corzine was governor, too, when it was Democrat Corzine, Democrat Assembly, Democrat Senate. There were squabbles, there were turf wars throughout the state, and it wasn't in fact, we had a state shutdown. That's how bad it got. Will we have a shutdown with Phil Murphy in office with Democrats and controlling the legislature? I don't think so, but you never know in New Jersey.
Yeah, we kind of know about Phil Murphy. I mean, as much as we're going to know from what he ran on. Craig Coughlin is new to most people. What can we expect from him as Speaker of the Assembly? Well,
he's tried to assert himself. So shortly after it was clear that he was becoming Speaker, he won a little intra-party battle against Vincent Prieto. He started pushing back, or not pushing back, but kind of saying, hey, Phil Murphy's talked about legalizing marijuana. Might be a good idea, but let's take a good long look at it.
So even though we have, as you said, everybody in the same party, there seems to be a split in the Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, we've had some state senators come in and sit right where you are, and off camera they would tell me that, oh no, I'm in the Sweeney camp, or I'm in the Murphy camp. And so it seems like there's already a separation, and it's a far left group and a more centrist group. Is that fair? Is that what's happening?
Right. Democrats in New Jersey are more centrist, as you say, in South Jersey, down by Atlantic City, toward Camden, where George Norcross, who's not elected but kind of rules a little bit. And Sweeney himself, I think he's told you, he's moderate, he's centrist. And that's the way he thinks of himself as a fiscal conservative, of course, progressive and liberal in other areas. But, you know, New Jersey has this reputation nationally as being crazy blue, and it's not. We have a lot of Democrats and a lot of people who are progressive-minded who do have conservative views on certain things like fiscal matters.
Is there that split? Is it going to be a Sweeney versus Murphy next 4 years?
Well, let's see. Sweeney has already questioned the millionaire's tax. Phil Murphy has, during the campaign, he talked about the need for a millionaire's tax. He wants tax. He thinks it's fair. Others maybe are pushing back against that. Sweeney has questioned it more since Donald Trump's
because at first he said it was going to be the first thing on the agenda, and then when the SALT deduction went away, he changed his mind. So to be fair to Sweeney, he was with Murphy on the millionaire's tax and was going to push for it until the SALT deduction went away. But you seem to be skeptical that that's the reason.
Well, no. Well, Sweeney he was the first to sound the alarm. Even Murphy has said, hey, let's take a look at the big picture. Let's see what we can do. Will it be a traditional South Jersey versus the rest of the state kind of fight? There's some signs of that. Yeah. I mean, you know, we had a state shutdown when Democrats controlled all the branches back in whatever it was, 10 years ago. Are we going that way again? It's possible.
It seems like we don't even have a honeymoon period yet. You know, usually the new governor comes in and has some type of honeymoon. Did he make a mistake? I asked Sweeney specifically about this, and he claims there's no hard feelings. But did Murphy make a mistake by not backing Sweeney when the teachers union came after his reelection?
Yeah, he was in a very tough spot, as you know. You know, he's been a strong proponent of unions, especially the NJEA. So he was stuck in the middle where the NJEA was spending a fortune trying to get Steve Sweeney beaten in the election in November. He picked the NJEA. Steve Sweeney, how long is his memory? I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, somebody said to me just recently, if you're going to go after the king, you better kill him. And so you now have Steve Sweeney, who won by the biggest margin he's ever won by, with $5 million spent against him. And not only is he feeling strong because of that, but is he going to hold a grudge? I mean, I guess everything he does from now on with the teachers union or with Phil Murphy, people might think, oh, there you go. It's because of the re-election. It's because Murphy or the teachers union didn't back him in the re-election.
Well, you have to remember the Sweeney-Chris Christie bromance. That was spiced up with some hostilities and hard words. They battled over Supreme Court nominations for the state Supreme Court. They battled over school funding. They battled over any number of items.
But that was Republican-Democrat. This is Democrat on Democrat crime. If he opposes Phil Murphy, and I think you're right. There's so many things that play into it. It's not only centrists and far left. It's not only south and north. It's not only the re-election campaign, but it's also that Steve Sweeney is feeling powerful.
He is, and he's coming off. When Chris Christie gave his final State of the State speech, he had high praise for Sweeney. Afterwards, Sweeney had high praise for Christie. So the bromance did have those up and downs. In the end, they were very happy, big hugs at the end. Murphy and Sweeney, same party. If they have a bromance, it still may have some ups and downs.
Yeah, we'll have to find out in the months to come. Thank you so much, and we'll be reading your articles at app.com. Bob Jordan at the Asbury Park Press, the political reporter there. When we come back. Next on Jersey Matters, we continue our inauguration coverage. Dawn was there for the big day and got reaction. That's next on Jersey Matters.